Hey, what's up, you guys? How you guys doing today? It's very nice to see you guys once again. It's a very nice day today, early morning. I woke up early. I was like, you know what? Time to record another video, right? So in this video, I'll be talking to you guys about the 4 mistakes every beginner cook makes, and even sometimes professional chefs. Sometimes they forget, sometimes we get in our own head, and yeah, it's mistakes everyone makes, but here's how we also can correct them. So I'm not only going to give you the mistakes that we do, but also how we can fix those. All right, let's talk chef. Okay, cool. By the way, what do you guys think of this new lens frame? Like, it's kind of zoomed in and kind of like right here, but I feel like it makes it a little bit more personal, and I don't have that much space behind me either. So this is what we get. This is what we got to work with. Yeah, mute that. All right, so the first mistake we usually make as cooks, as a beginner cook, is we either over season or under season our food. Like, we add too many ingredients to an item and we don't take into account the flavor. We don't take into account, well, actually, we think it'll taste better with the more we add, but sometimes it's easier and it actually tastes better when you don't add a lot, right? There's this acronym in the kitchen that is KISS, K-I-S-S, which stands for Keep It Simple Stupid. I have that right here, just in case, But yeah, like some people, like let's say we're making food or we're making meat, and marinating meat and seasoning meat is completely different. Like, we're marinating meat, obviously we put a lot of ingredients into something to make that item absorb all the flavor of the marinade, which is totally different than we're seasoning, right? When I'm talking about seasoning, I'm talking about either one, you're adding too much salt to an item or too much pepper, or you're adding a lot of unnecessary items like steak seasoning. On top of that, you put soy sauce, and then on top of that, you still salt it, and then on top of that, you add cayenne pepper, and then you add regular pepper. It's just too much. It's just way too much. You need to take it down a notch. You're just doing too much for what it's worth. Steak, all it really needs is just a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and bam. On the contrary, some people under season. Some people are like, all right, I'll add the salt after, or I actually won't add pepper to this, or it's fine with just a little bit. It's always better to under season because you can always add more, but it's never good to leave it under seasoned, if that makes sense. Of course it takes a while, just like the palette video, which I'll link right there, which I'll link right there. Just like when you're training your palate, you have to also train yourself to know how much of a certain item or a certain seasoning you need for items. Some people have a very, very heavy hand when coming to salting an item. So just take into account when you do that. Like, do I season heavily all the time? Try to do it a little bit less. Or if you're used to seasoning, you're like, oh, I never season this too much, or I add too little bit of salt. Take that into account next time and just add a little bit more. Just a little bit. The second mistake that most cooks make is they don't know how to control their heat. They don't know how to control the temperature of the fire or how much fire to give a certain item. They either have it too low or too high. So therefore it could take a very, very long time because they're scared of burning an item to cook that item. Something that could take 5 minutes, they extend it to like 30 minutes. Or something that should take about 5 minutes, they bring up the heat really, really fast, and 1, they burn it. 2, they could scorch the item, which is basically the same thing, and they give it that smoky, unnecessary flavor to something that doesn't really need to be like that. So that's number 2. Learn to control your heat. Don't be scared of burning something, but also don't be dumb and burn shit. Stuff. The third mistake that usually cooks make is that they have a dirty station. Now, when I first started cooking, of course, I was all over the place because I didn't know better. I didn't know that everything should have a place, mise en place, everything in its place. And not only having everything organized is easy, is 1, easier on preparation, and 2, easier on the mind. Like, you could usually tell what type of person a cook is by how their station is or how they cook. You could definitely tell the mindset of someone who has a dirty station or someone who has a clean station, right? Something that they told me is that once you have everything where it needs to go, the ease of mind, and it's just more free flowing, Whereas if everything's cluttered, your mind gets cluttered, you get frustrated because not everything's where it's supposed to be, and then you're screwed. Yeah. So in order to fix that, mise en place. All right. And then the third mistake, nope. And then the fourth mistake that beginner cooks make, or cooks in general, even sometimes chefs, because they're so busy throughout their day that they forget, is time management. Is that they lose track of time. And what I mean by this is not like, oh, I thought it was 2 o'clock like 2 minutes ago when it's actually 4 p.m. What I mean by this is that when you're in a kitchen setting, or you're in like a kitchen set environment, you're doing a lot of things at once. A lot of things at once. If you're doing one thing at once, then you're kind of slow, and you need to work on that. You need to work on that. So you're doing multiple things at once. You're focusing on a sauce that you're making. You're focusing on some meat that you're braising, and then you're also worrying about cooking on the line, let's say, right? You have to know how long a certain item takes to finish that item, if that makes sense. So like, let's say I'm making a sauce, and I know that sauce takes 30 minutes. Obviously the first time you do it, you won't know. Just always, if you do it often, you're gonna start knowing how long usually an item takes to make, or how long something takes to boil, or how long it takes to cook. So just keep that into account, and that'll help you with time management and knowing how to keep track of your time. So usually when you're in a kitchen, or like, let's say when a cook is cooking, so when a cook is doing the thing, doing one item, let's say we tell them to do one sauce, they focus so long on that one sauce that they forget everything else they have to do, or everything else they're doing at the same time. So they lose track of that, and they either burn something else or put something off for later that needs to be done as well at the same time that you're doing something. So if you focus too long on one item, let's say, all right, let's say you're gonna focus on one item real quick because you know you could do it, and it takes a little bit of time. You're still working on other stuff, but you do this item for way too long. It takes you way longer than it needs to. You know, there's also another saying in the kitchen that is never sacrifice speed for quality, and never sacrifice the quality for the speed. Do them both at the same time, speed and quality, but you can't mitigate either or. So those are the 4 mistakes every beginner cook makes, and even sometimes chefs. Hopefully by now I've not only told you the mistakes, but I've told you how to fix those mistakes and how to improve from that. But yeah, man, if you guys like the video, do me a favor and like the video, and also subscribe, because that'll help out a lot. I am leaving for the military this Sunday. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to put out one more video right before I leave, besides this one, also the next one, and then you guys won't hear from me when I get back, until I get back, which is gonna be in 6 months. Yeah, 6 months. Hopefully I'm able to do stuff during AIT training, advanced individual training, which isn't so strict as boot camp itself. So after, hopefully in 9 weeks, you guys will hear from me. But if not, then I'll see you guys in 18 weeks. Also, please don't forget to follow me on Instagram, because that's where I post my stories. You guys could check up on me and see what's up. On TikTok, because it's easier to make a TikTok than it is a YouTube video. Less editing, and it's just more one shot, one go. So go ahead and ask me questions there. And then when I get back, guys, I got something in store. I do definitely got something in store. If y'all mess with me the way y'all do, which I know I can feel the love, I'm gonna start Twitch streaming. Hopefully I have that all set up already to go when I get back. And in this way, it's better to build a community with you guys. Better you guys ask me questions about cooking, and you guys can see my crappy game playing and hang out, you know, chill, vibe. And only forward from here. 9 weeks isn't a long time. Let's see what changes. Hopefully, let's just see what changes. I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video, all right? Peace out, guys.